During my undergrad, a former classmate asked me for help with a project. And honestly, my first thought was, I also need to complete my project. I felt frustrated and even a little annoyed. Reflecting on my reaction later, I realized those types of situations are exactly where goodness starts, right in the middle of the tension. Goodness isn't about being perfect, it's about learning, choosing, and reflecting God's character even when it's uncomfortable. Today, we'll explore what goodness is all really is, why it matters for our hearts, and one practical way to live it out this week. To see how God defines goodness, let's hear his word from Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 to 23. But the Holy Spirit produces this kind of fruit in our lives: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self control. There is no law against these things. Now that we've seen goodness listed as a fruit of the Spirit, let's reframe what it really means and why it often feels challenging in everyday life. Notice the goodness is listed with love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, and other fruit of the Spirit. This isn't just a suggestion, it's a spirit driven characteristic showing how God works in us as we abide in Him. Many think goodness is about moral behavior or avoiding mistakes. The Bible calls us higher. Goodness is actively reflecting God's character even when it's inconvenient or unnoticed. Let's think about our week. Maybe we snapped at someone, ignored an opportunity to help, or took the easy way out. Goodness has an opportunity to show up in those small, messy moments by choosing integrity, generosity, and kindness when it's not effortless. Understanding goodness is one thing, but how do we actually cultivate it in our hearts? Well, let's explore practical, spirit led ways to grow goodness. Number one, we're called to abide in Jesus. And this is a daily, honestly ongoing thing. As we do this, it allows the Holy Spirit within us to produce His fruit. And we abide in Jesus through prayer, reading the Bible, worship, quiet reflection, or whatever way works for you. So, another way is to respond with integrity. Now, this I believe is doable if you've already decided before you find yourself in that situation. But it's always good. But it's always good to try and respond with integrity even when no one's watching. Another method is to choose generosity of time, words, and resources. And as we do this, we will be reflecting God's heart. Remember, over time, these small, deliberate acts shape goodness into a natural disposition of the heart. Here's how these choices can look in real life. And I believe it's about asking ourselves, where can I intentionally practice goodness today? One, at work. Maybe help a colleague out without expecting anything in return, or maybe choose to speak words that encourage. Number two, at home. Serve family faithfully even when you're tired or distracted. Yeah, we need grace to do that. In public spaces, maybe hold the door, give a smile, or offer a kind word. Remember, goodness isn't about recognition, it's about making faithful choices that reflect God's character in daily life. Now, let's bring this into our week. So, this week, pick one moment each day to intentionally practice goodness, no matter how small. and watch how these choices shape our hearts and impact others. As we close, remember, we're learning this together, not perfectly, not all at once, but faithfully developing Christ like character one fruit at a time. So, my question to you this week is, what is one small, intentional act of goodness you can do this week? Leave your comments below.